This is the 80th row scale video without going to be collecting some passengers, and amount of deliveries is 1.67 thousand presents. I mean, some kind of passengers or other goods have been delivered as well. As we're going to be opening it up for spawn, it's time for something a little bit of modernization. As more trains to come, we won't add something for literally new for something like else. Hearing the trains going high pitch, everything is going by myself. Let's using for some kind of a little bit of classic. When the classic things are just absolutely way more over, some historic trains could not able to get up here as well. It does not able to handle to get up here. So last time's video for this time, it's not going to be part 2. This is the pre-part 2 of going into the late winter drive using by the 210 looks like nothing but this one. So as we're going to be doing for a little bit of first stuff, as we doing a little bit for this one, as we came never far, but this before, it's not the most powerful steam engine in the world. Looks like we need to some kind of just a little bit of classic British railways in Hall class. Looks like you think we're going to be going on high speeds. Maybe this need to be slowed down as well. As we're using for a fighter jet for this one. As we're using for some kind of 25 tonner. Berkshires everywhere. Havada 464's Challenger as well. Maybe we'll start up for an Alco RS1. As we're starting for our very first contestants as we went before. It does build in America, but Europe, I don't want to get right for here for screw it. I don't really sure that we're going to be finding a little bit else. I must hurry. That must be the Liner A3. And a lot of things is, where's the Heisler or Climax as well. I won't be able to get away for this one. I can hear the JNR C62 screaming all the way down into this front of the way. As we came by here, it took for a very long time to do this. Now I need to wait for a lot of minutes straight. We can't able to get around here, but we need to do for such a streamlined on Sierra Railroad as well. Exactly, if we're going to be doing something a little bit history, by using Sierra Railroad, it's not powerful enough. And because the train could not handle all the way up here, we're not going into the Wild West. As to do this, like we never absolutely we're going to be doing is absolutely we're going to be doing for a little bit ones as well. Now we find against for the old history ones as well. As we find a ways for a Union Pacific big boy, this is absolutely the most powerful train in the world. It's not in the world, but in United States. It's 4884 as well. Possibly that we won't absolutely going to be doing for a very long articulated strong trains is same for some kind of this one. If we find something for an unreliable language, I must turn off the chat filter as anyways. The old railroad won't be absolutely going to be removed. The most weakest train in the world was absolutely the rocket. I just absolutely cannot able to use for this one. Unfortunately, it's very hard to find like else. We can't able to do for some kind of powerful trains like this because I'm in the US server, like I say. It must be the EMD SD7. Looks like we have found here when some games are just absolutely updated, of course. We're about to use for the reading T1 as we absolutely possible. But last video we absolutely done it for this one as we're going to be doing for articulated and we're doing for something like reading. Now as you can see, this is the reading T1 and we absolutely need passengers as well. And then let's get everything for a heavyweight instead of these BNR coaches as well. I don't want to do for a little bit for once. As we're doing for some kind of for a various hard like these things, we're not going to be doing for a little bit once as well. We're not doing streamlined coaches. Looks like we're going to be doing for a passengers as well. And as we look around for this one, as we never going to be seen about this for a heavyweight. We don't think this is absolutely kind of just a little bit great. for Phil that we're gonna be a little bit something like else. But screw it, we have something I don't really know about this else, because we never find about for some other older coaches, which is a scam. Looks like we're gonna be doing for a little bit for just once, as we find ourselves for a heavyweight. It's just like a J1 class. It's like a J4 streamline train as well. As you can close it up for this one, see it a little bit close for just for a unreliable stuff. This is not a BNR, this is absolutely look like reading. As we're gonna be doing for a lot of spawn for stuff, looks like we're already spawned for this one, but we're starting to do freight. We can't do any times as well. As we're doing a little bit for this one, let's use the heavyweight as well. By using heavyweight for just a little bit of passenger car. Now we're gonna be doing for a late winter drive. Exactly for the old-timey passengers, does not warm you up. And because of some kinds of, for a 10 absolute heavyweight coaches as well as inside of coaches for this one, because absolutely that should be able to warm you up. And we have some other kinds of 9 cars, and the end car was absolutely went there over here. It's just like the Polo Express train. It must be absolutely we have for today. And that must be the Poleman for the New York Centrals as well. Using a heavyweight coach instead of this front reading session as well. As we're going to be putting on for small. And turns out it is absolutely for a cursed train for a little bit for once. As we're going to be doing for the train number 2100. Looks like we have to go for a little bit of ride. And we are absolutely off and on our way, and turn on the headlights when the night was absolutely come into a fully darkness. At least we're gonna be doing for a little bit for a hurry for this one. This is late winter drive. Until February we're gonna be doing for pick up some more for some passengers. Anyways, let's get onto it for a little bit of accelerations. Now looks like we have for 10 cars maximum of capacity of at least one, and the limited time that we're going to be doing for a little bit for a top humor that we're heading to this out, as looks like we can't able to pick up passengers. We're just going to be passing all the way down unless I got 1.67 thousand, $23,035 as we have been for a little bit for this one. 45.3 miles per hour. Looks like there's a train coming down. It looks like it has come to day or night. Which is the train got even stuck, or just went a little bit slow down for even a little bit. That must be the SD7 for the BNR coaches. And absolutely, it's still night. But where's the moon? It's gonna be setting around for on time. Let's turn off the UI and see what is going on. And sounds like a chugging. It is absolutely midnight as possible. As we're gonna be doing for a little bit of stuff, we have to get our ways to turn around, and most likely we're entering to the Everfree Forest. As we're gonna be doing a little bit of amount of stuff, looks like we absolutely use for the camera, turn on the controller, that we're gonna be disabled or re-enable to this one. This is where you absolutely that we might able to use for the gearing for this one. And turn off for gear number 1 and try to turn on like this one. As I'm never gonna be saying, that should might able to move a little bit much as well. As moving 40% per throttle, looks like the train must be move a little bit for something a little bit for almost 50 miles per hour. Looks like we have only 1,670 deliveries as possible. And we got $23,350. We find anyway for just a little bit to get away from this one. And as our plan, we'll be heading our way to 25,000 deliveries as well. We just absolutely not pretty sure that we're going to be keeping ourselves, that we might able to, our last deliveries will be getting gone too far as well. As we put ourselves into a risk of a top speed human for this right now. As we're entering to the town, but before we have arrived, we absolutely came from this one as well, as we took here for so far, so better long, and we absolutely for slowdown against 30%. Looks like we absolutely went down for 20% to 15%. Looks like we absolutely slowed down for a little bit until the traffic goes. Since the train has arrived onto this town, looks like it's gonna be cruising a little bit slowly, but in case of safety reference, well, absolutely the train will be moving on for just a little bit until the train will be heading about slow times as well. Hearing this loud steaming hissing around for this one, and the New York Central Express coaches as well. As we came by this far, looks like we're gonna be doing for a little bit of further miles. We go up here in towards into the mountain. I guess this is not absolutely that we're gonna be doing a little bit. Before we're gonna be end of this video, this is quietly very hard, as we never expected that we're gonna be doing a little bit for this one. As we came by, that we're absolutely to get away from this one, I make sure that we're gonna be cruising a little bit high speeds as well. We're back into Road City Power Co. Looks like everything is still winter, but the moon sets is absolutely gonna be pretty just like we're gonna be going on ride. As we got to speeds of rounds of top speed for just a little bit for once as well. As I'm gonna be getting around for speed, looks like the moon is setting literally fast. At least we're gonna be the end of this video for literally right now. That hurts this for before like this as before. That should my head hang out for, is this some kind of stage of Tower of Frozen Waves? This is absolutely quite just a little bit fun, but back into the woods. I'm absolutely pretty sure that we're gonna be making to this far, as I'm maximum for this top speed of 123 miles per hour, which means I'm just gonna be getting a little bit hurry for this one, but the high speeds have made much whatsoever. Looks like I'm just gonna be speeding all the way, and because I'm driving into our night, was absolutely pretty not insane possible. As we get down into this moment before morning, which is absolutely not gonna be pretty close as well. As we came by downhill, as before morning, I must turn out the headlights off. Still doing as we gotta be possibly as well. As long as I never say, this is absolutely gonna be pretty to do like this. As we never came into a possible, but our last halt was our last stop that we're gonna be doing this a little bit situation. Unfortunately, this is some kind of just a little bit mistake until it's gonna be really far. Hearing some steam whistles everywhere in this night. Looks like it's absolutely gonna be doing like this whatever we do. As there must be an Alco train has putting me into a stuck as well. So looks like we're almost at the end of this video. Looks like the truck does not able to get out of my way. Looks like I just gotta be honking this out for just a little bit way. As please just make sure that we're gonna be getting out of my way as well. The SD7 was absolutely not pretty sure that wasn't absolutely gonna be doing a little bit fun as well. Because the train itself was very slow. It's even not possible as well. So looks like we're absolutely the end of this video before I must delete this train entirely for this one as well. Looks like I must jump out and let's go back up into this one. So anyways, if you enjoy about this late winter drive, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and click the bell. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna be talking to you guys into our next Tuesday, and I'll be see you around here on spring until the winter is over.